Hey everyone, today I want to share a hands-on review of the best Google AI products that you probably never heard of. These products all come from labs, the team that's shipping Google's most interesting AI experiments. So let's cover how you can use Pomelli for AI marketing assets, Stitch for AI designs, Genie for interactive 3D worlds, Flow for incredible AI video clips, and finally, the latest updates from NotebookLM. I'll also talk about Google's AI strategy overall at the end, where it's doing well and where I think it falls short. Okay, let's start with Pomelli. It's a product built for small business owners, and all you have to do is paste your website, and Pomelli will extract your brand DNA and help you generate marketing assets. So let's first try Pomelli on one of my favorite local Asian bakeries called Simply Cake. It's basically a bakery where they make Asian goods, cakes, and so on. So let's just copy this URL and paste it into Pomelli. What Pomelli is doing right now is generating the bakery's business DNA by getting its colors, fonts, images, and logos. All right, so that took about 20 seconds. And you see that Pomelli has generated the business DNA for the bakery. We have the fonts, the colors, and most importantly, we have some pretty amazing images right here. So let's say looks good. And now what Pomelli has done is it generated some example marketing campaigns for the bakery. So Mother's Day is coming up soon, so a lot of campaigns centered around mom. Let's take a look at Give Mom a Cloud. All right, so this campaign is focused on the nostalgia and simple joy of a family celebration centered around a light, elegant cake, right? And it looks great. And then you can also click into this and you can go ahead and customize the words directly as well, and just hit generate again. So one thing that I wish they did, and this is going to be a similar theme with other Google AI products, is just let me edit the words directly on here without having to change the text here and then hit generate again, because it has to generate the entire image all over again. You know, with these AI products, AI can get you 90% of the way there, but the last 10% requires manual edits. So I hope that Pomelli and some of the other Google AI products can support this functionality. All right. Before we move on from Pomelli, I want to share one more feature, which is photo shoot. And this is a pretty exciting feature. So let's do a product photo shoot, and let's just pick an image from Simply Cake, right? So I really love Portuguese egg tarts. So let's pick the egg tart image and say looks good. And it's going to generate some templates for this once we hit create photo shoot. So once again, we'll skip ahead and see what it comes up with. All right, so Pomelli has generated some pretty awesome images for egg tart. Here we have an Asian mom eating egg tart. I think the egg tart is a little bit too big, but maybe Simply Cake just makes big egg tarts. And then you have some of these other things here. That looks pretty good. And what's brilliant is you can just download all the assets and go ahead and upload it to your website, especially let's say if we're doing an egg tart campaign, right? So for small businesses, this is an incredible product. But why don't we actually put this to a test by resetting our business DNA? And let's actually do it for my newsletter. So let's see how good Pomelli works for an online product. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and paste the link to my newsletter here and hit continue. And now let's see what kind of business DNA it generates. All right, so this is the business DNA for my newsletter. The name is correct behind the craft. The fonts aren't quite correct. I use more custom fonts than Roboto. The colors look pretty good, and the tagline looks pretty good. And here are the images. So let's say it looks good. And let's see what kind of campaigns it comes up with. And you can see here that it doesn't look as good as a Simply Cake example, right? So content brands like mine that don't have great product photography to extract from gives Pomelli less to work with. So I guess my overall review of Pomelli is that it is a really amazing tool for small business owners, especially those running physical or e-commerce stores that have a lot of great product photography. But to get the most out of it, you really need to have a strong visual image library that exists. All right, so Pomelli is great, but now let's move from marketing to design by covering Stitch. So Stitch is basically Google's equivalent of Claude Design and other alternatives. Let's give it a simple prompt. Design a mobile fitness app, and let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so it proposed a plan. So let's just say, sounds good, go ahead. And what's unique about Stitch is that it's going to first generate a design system before producing the actual app screens, just like a real designer. So you can see here that's producing a design system that's yellow themed with different fonts and mapping out the components. And then it's going to produce the app screens. All right, so it's generated, let's say, 4 different app screens. And it uses Gemini Flash behind the scenes, so hopefully this works pretty fast. And let's just go ahead and skip ahead until all 4 screens are generated. Okay, here we go. So that only took about a few seconds. And I think the app looks pretty good. It's a little bit noisy, but one thing I do really love about this is it used Nano Banana to fill in some example images, which makes the app look a lot more visually appealing. And the other thing about Stitch is there's also a fun feature, if you hit generate here, where you can take a look at the predictive heat map of where Stitch thinks people will click. So let's see. Yep, it's going to generate a heat map. And here we go. This is the heat map of where Stitch thinks people will click on the screen. And it's just a fun feature, right? So Stitch, I think, is pretty good. I think the designs are pretty good. But there is one issue with Stitch if you compare it to Claude Design. So let's just do fitness here in Claude Design and hit create. And let's give it the same prompt, design a mobile fitness app. And here's the difference. So Claude Design actually asked me for some additional details about the design, right? What is the primary focus of the app? Which screen should I design first? What is the vibe that I want? Device frame, and so on. While Stitch just goes off and tries to one-shot the whole design based on a single prompt. So again, I think this is something that Google can improve. Like, most people are not going to be very tech savvy. They're going to submit a very simple single line prompt. And I think Google should build into Stitch the ability to ask for more feedback and additional questions so that it actually produces a design that people want. All right. Here's my review of Stitch. I think number one, we talked about how it should ask clarifying questions like Claude Design. And I also think Stitch should be part of Google AI Studio and Google Anti-Gravity so that you can design visually before generating the full stack code instead of this being a standalone tool. But overall, I think Stitch is pretty great. It generates great designs and it's pretty fun to play with. So next we have Project Genie, which is, in my opinion, the most visually impressive product in Google Labs. And the way it works is you need to type in a prompt, wait about 30 seconds, and Genie will generate an interactive 3D world that you can walk through with your keyboard. Let's give it a try now. Let's generate a new world where it's a neon cyberpunk city with crowds for the environment. And the character is just like a girl walking through it. And first, let's create an image of what this world looks like before asking Genie to generate the entire world. Okay, so this image looks pretty impressive. It's got a lot of crowds. She's got a pretty transparent jacket and there's even drones in the sky. All right, so let's go ahead and create a world and see if it looks anything like this image. All right, here's the world that it generated. Looks pretty good. So we have a girl walking around. And the way that this is working is that it's generating this world frame by frame through images as you navigate, right? So let's actually try turning around for a second. And yeah, it looks pretty good. I think the facial features could be a little bit improved, but overall, this is a very impressive tech demo, right? Now, that's the thing. It's a really fun tech demo, but is it a real product? It's not quite a real product. And by the way, a lot of people are saying that Genie and some of these similar products will disrupt gaming, but gaming isn't really just about visual fidelity and graphics. Great games include really great chord loops, progression systems, and social dynamics and multiplayer that I think it will take AI a long time to figure out. But there you have it. That's Project Genie. And now let's move on to our next tool, which is Flow. Now, I think Flow is actually Google's best interface for generating images and videos. It's powered by Nano Banana, Gemini, and Veo, all working together in one canvas. So let's test Flow by using this prompt. Let's say a corgi walking through Japan comes across an abandoned husky and makes friends with them, right? So let's just generate this thing as an image, 69. Yep, that looks good. And while we're at it, let's generate another image of just a corgi walking down the same Japanese street. So now we're generating 4 images at once. And just wait a second for this image to generate, because then I'll show you how to make the magic. Okay, so here are 4 images that it generated, 2 of a corgi walking down the street and 2 of a corgi meeting a husky. So now here's the magic. Let's select video here and let's select frames. And let's go ahead and pick the start and ending images. So the start image, I want a corgi walking down the street. And the end image, I want a corgi meeting the husky. Let's pick this one. So let's just say a corgi walking down a street and meeting and making friends with a husky. Now let's go ahead and generate the video. And what we've done is we've provided the starting and the ending frames of the video. So hopefully it will actually make a video based on the images. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, we're back and we got 2 videos generated. Let's play the first one. And yeah, there you go. So like, I think it's pretty incredible that Flow is able to stitch together a video just from the starting and ending frames. Now, this is a great example because it looks super natural. I did try a few other examples that I want to show you. So I tried a diver swimming into the deep and then coming across the city of Atlantis. And this doesn't quite work as well. Let's take a look. You see that it actually cut out between the 2 videos, right? It basically just faded out and faded back in because it couldn't figure out, I'm assuming, how to naturally transition from the first scene to the end. But still, this is pretty impressive. And I think what you don't hear is that there's actually sound and music too. So overall, I think Flow actually gives you the fastest speed and the best control for using Gemini to generate images and videos. I just wish that these features, though, existed in the main Gemini app because I think a lot of people want to play with this. Last but not least, let's take a look at NotebookLM. Unlike other products that we just covered, you probably heard of NotebookLM, and also NotebookLM is actually now available in the main Gemini app. So if you haven't tried NotebookLM before, it's definitely worth a shot. All you gotta do is drop in a bunch of sources. In this case, I dropped in the full transcript of this tutorial that we're doing. And it's gonna generate all kinds of assets for you to learn the material. So here I've generated a brief, a video, infographic, and even a mind map. All right, let's take a look at the infographic. So this is the infographic that is generated based on this video's transcript. And yeah, it's pretty good. We talked about Pomelli, Stitch, Flow. It is missing NotebookLM and Project Genie. And there's also some takeaways down here that I'm gonna cover next. And next, let's take a look at the slide deck that it generated. Let's make it bigger. All right. So here's a slide deck. It's a little bit too text heavy for me, but I think overall this is pretty good. It even generated the corgi images right here. Oh, I even generated a chart. So what does this chart mean? Okay, so this is basically the first 90% we do it through AI and the last 10% requires manual polish. Yeah, this is exactly what we talked about. And yeah, you can see that it's pretty varied in the types of slides that it can generate. And last but not least, let's take a look at the video that it generated. All right, so this is the video. I love the illustrations. And here are the steps. And yeah, this looks really great. So if you have a lot of material that you want to learn very fast, NotebookLM gives you a bunch of different mediums from slides to videos to flowcharts to everything else to learn this material. And of course, its most famous feature is the audio overview feature, where it generates a conversation between 2 podcast hosts, and you can even jump into the conversation to ask questions. So overall, it's great. But if I have one complaint about NotebookLM, it's just going back to the 90-10, right? AI can get you 90% of the way there. This looks pretty good. But the last 10%, I want to make manual edits. I want to edit the text. I want to edit images. I want to apply my design system to this deck. And there is a revise feature here. But again, it's basically just about prompting the AI. You know, what would be really amazing if I can export this entire deck into Google Slides and then make manual tweaks there. So my overall review is that NotebookLM is fantastic for understanding any topic or research you care about. The videos, slide decks, and audio overviews are genuinely useful, but Google needs to let users manually tweak the output, or at a minimum, export cleanly into Google Docs, Google Slides, or other things where I can make manual tweaks. So let's close with a few takeaways about Google's overall AI strategy. You know, overall, I think Google has all the pieces and the compute to win in AI. They just need to integrate their products faster. So number one is Labs needs to integrate into Gemini faster. So for example, notebooks are now part of the Gemini app, but it took over half a year for this to happen. Google needs to take that lab spirit of moving fast and bring it into its main app. If you look at Anthropic, for example, they're shipping almost every day to their main cloud app. And this is what Google needs to do as well. Number 2, Stitch needs to be part of AI Studio and anti-gravity. The crown jewel of the AI race right now is coding, and Google is currently behind Codex and Claude Code. Stitch could be the missing front door. You design a prototype visually, and then you can one-click into anti-gravity or AI Studio to generate the full stack code. Number 3 is Google needs to let users make manual edits. Generating marketing assets with Pomelli, designs of Stitch, and videos with NotebookLM is pretty magical, but AI almost never nails it perfectly in one shot, and requiring the user to reprompt each time to change copy or fix small details is just really painful. So Google needs to prioritize manual editing tools so that users can polish the last 10%. Okay, so I've linked all the tools that I used in this tutorial in the video description. And please like and subscribe for more practical no-hype AI reviews and tutorials like this. And I'll see you next time.